Good morning, Azeroth. It is the 27th of May 2025. Grab your morning beverage and welcome to the stream. With a new enchant in hand from the horrific visions, we take another crack at the Underpin, see if we can bring him down. Without any further ado, let's get stuck in. Hope you're all doing well today. Up the morning greets you kindly. Keep yourselves hydrated, take it steady. You've got this. Tiptoe started the fire. Good for today. Unlikely to be followed. Any prior weeks or any indication? This will be the 8th week we've attempted the beggar. Let's see how we get on. I'm hoping, given how close we got last time, that the horrific vision enchant, as I say, will push us through, but that still requires excellent execution on my end, so we'll see how we get on. Got most of the fight down, I'd say. Here's me coming through.
Hey you! We got a mech that's out of control here. Could use a few hands to shut it down. You in?
Nope, go away. Make sure we're double question mark. Good morning, Bran. Right. One hearty meat and potatoes left. I'll have to go and make some more next time. Let's got all our buffs done. Good morning, Emilis. Hope you're doing well today. Hope you had a good weekend. How are you getting on? We have more attempts ourselves this morning. Right, come on, Brant.
Under mine belongs to me.
Quick swig of our tea while it's warm.
Even this sweet hack. I got a deed for these delves signed by Gallywix. Wait, does that say Gallywax? You know what? It don't matter.
Alright, let's get going.
I'm the Underpin. No small potatoes. I'll slap you for what you've done.
Brant, please. Head first into the flamethrower, first thing. Okay, we got the 4th. Fair enough, Emilis, fair enough. Enjoy yourself your time off. Make sure you wakey bake responsibly. As in just have some water nearby. Tends to help. Right, oh, he split them. Cheeky bastard. Surprised how far that bomb went. Beautiful. If we keep him in the middle here, should pop all 5 around. You can see second new debuff. She's now at 3 on him. That's just going to do more damage over time. Not a dot itself, but it will mean that little star thing we drop will just do increased damage as time goes on. But I'm hoping that'll be enough to make the difference. Oh, I just kicked them out of the way. Beautiful. Yeah, a little spicy. Okay, keep ourselves topped off, keep us moving around. Looking good so far. We're doing a decent chunk more damage. And he grow complacent. Bomb bomb. That. Beautiful. Son of a bitch. Whoa. Please. Oil. Okay, let's get him moving over another clear spot. Ooh, my little star drop thing resets after a while. Good to know. Pop the shield, don't let your bastard heal. Got to make sure more than anything else we keep ourselves topped off, because a combination of I make one mistake, something hits me and it autos me and it does most of my health will just bring me down. Those auto attacks are just so deceptively dangerous. No! It begins. What? See what I mean? Bubble, bubble. I was too close to the flamethrower range. Shit. Okay. It's starting to get a little messy. Just a little bit. But we can get the shield down pretty reliably now. It's the oils in the corner. You jammy bastard. No, that fooped me. Okay, we're starting to get messy. Crap. We got hit by the flamethrower, but I popped a couple of defensives. But we're not on top of the ads. Depends if he spawns more next or more bombs. More bombs would be great. Morning, Elk. Aye, there's a lot of stuff going on. Bang. Okay, okay. So, like Zekfia before him, this is like our pinnacle Delves boss, as high as solo stuff can get. Which I do really enjoy. Having some aspirational solo content. Fluff. Okay, flamethrower missed. That's fine, that's fine. Just have to avoid the walls. Nope, he's doing it again. Too many autos. And he's healing. Come on, get there, get there. Morning, Kynan. Hope you're doing well, bub. Bitch. Okay, we got the shield. Gotta move. Bombs are a little far off, but that's okay. T-Rex doing work for once. Bubble. Not proper bubble. Okay, we were just out. Focus the ad. More's coming. Gives them bombs. Okay, there goes the other one. Ooh, no! You see, look at that bomb. It stopped right in front of him. Beautiful. Okay, he's healing. Get on him. I don't see how money could actually help me in this case, Emilis. Not like you can buy gear upgrades. Maybe I could pay him off. Don't get stuck in the corner. Why? I can't see them. Ooh. Ay, 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 ay. How did money, Emilis, solve your druid skill issues? No. Back up. That was a cheeky bomb. That was a cheeky bomb. 1, 2. There's the third. Shit. I mean, yes, in theory, if you were paying someone to get on your account and do it, sure, money could solve the problem that bubbling. That was far too much for panic bubble. I didn't need to waste it there. There was too much red on the floor. Doing pretty well, though. Okay, if I line this up. Shit! Nearly beefed the whole run. Too much. I'm starting to fall behind on ads. Oh, forgive me, it's a hard moment to look at chat. Nope. Keep healing, he's doing his shield. Don't know why I hit cleanse. I need to get on him, come on. Wake on there. Piece of shit. Okay, come on, get on top of these ads. There's one over there. Bang! Beautiful slide. Get out of the flamethrower. Pull him over. Come on. He's not paying for him to stand around. Come on. One either side. He only needs one bomb. And he's shielding. That was a little spicy. Okay. Oh no, that heart-pounding feeling. Okay, pull him over so the ads all spawn in one spot. Come on. Holy fuck! First run of the day? Surely not. Okay, stay calm. Don't panic. Start trying to bum rush him down. Call that. Four. One left over there. Lift it, it's okay. Oh my god, shield time. Oh, look at his health. Come on, you fucker. Yes. Oh, we did it. Let me solo him the underpin. Oh my god! 8 weeks worth! Oh, we did it! Oh, you give me that schematic. Holy shit, first run of the day? Nah. Nah. Oh my goodness. Oh, let's give ourselves a cheer, why don't we? Oh. That's kind of... Cheers, Bliss. I don't know. I'm just as surprised as you are. 20 minutes in. This was meant to be the whole morning. Oh, you know what we can do? We can spend an inordinate amount of time doing a transmog. Now we're finally free. Oh my goodness. Euphoria. Oh man, that knocks out the need to do delves, the need to do weekly stuff. Oh, we can bring some PvP back to the channel. Oh, hang on, my heart's just like... Selk. GG, stream's over. Good night, we're done. See you in season 2. Oh my god, let's go see what this dirigible looks like then. Now remember, these complete the double question mark boss solo. You have to get done before the season swap over. Season 2 still got a ways though. If I can do it on here with no add-ons, just gearing up through delves and LFR, the rest of you certainly can if you fancy the challenge. I'll still never think the dirigible's as cool as Dragon mounts, but let's see what he looks like. Gobtrotter, which I haven't even looked at before. I didn't realise it was a separate mount. The gold. And there it is. That's our main reward. And well, yes, the Dragonflight dragons. Even bigger noodle. I never really got much customization for the Nether Drake. Then there was the bird. Other one. Let's see what our dirigible looks like. Nope. So this purpley one was from the Delve boss last season. From Zekfir. I didn't realise it was a separate mount. Where are you? Ain't nothing wrong with that, Emily. It's not when there's so much to farm. Move Kitty for now. No. Sorry, Kitty. My goodness. Look at it trundle. So much gold. Take a moment to relish. So shiny. No Merrick's. Not now. So dumb. I wonder what they'll do for the ethereal stuff, assumably coming next. If they do another dirigible, I'll be disappointed. But I guess they kind of have to if they've set themselves up this way. But the Void one's already ethereal coded. Still good to see so many players about. A Tuesday morning. Oh, let's go to the transmog section. Actually get an outfit going. Now that we're finally free. I'll use it for a while. I do like my Miss of Pandaria noodle. I'm very fond. Because this wasn't from Remix, this was, I mean, you could get them in Remix, but this was the one I farmed back in the day and did the dailies for and raised from an egg. Oh. Ooh, very nice, Emily. I do love a good old gut smog. It's just finding the most biggest of swords. Oh, they were a specific set for the warrior. It does look very silly. Oh, that's very fair. Worth it, though. Alright, need a victory outfit, and we also need something that'll lead in to the ethereal stuff. Again, if you're new to the streams, I do love me transmog, I do love me fashion, so I'll be here for maybe as long as that fight. My body is still reeling, my chest is just like, ah! Ooh. So from the Awakened season of Dragonflight, you could get the mythic variants of some of their weapons just from doing LFR and getting tokens. So I got this hammer because I thought it was very shiny. Ooh, very nice, Emelis. Is the Armageddon's the giant old Naxxramas one, isn't it? I remember wanting that for so long and never getting it for a good old year and a bit of transmog runs. I do like our new lion shoulder pads. Right or left, though? Could vary up the colours. Still ethereal, so I want something voidy on the other shoulder. That's a little off-killer. Pirate Lord stuff works okay, but I want more voidy. I like the little bit of tassel. A little bit of bonus cloth helps with that. Again, if we go into void stuff. Oh, yeah, those are good for it. Those are voidy in nature. Purple for the hammer's just a little bit off. Just a little bit off. Sometimes the game does us some favours, Emelis. Sometimes the game does us favours. Skirt time. No, I don't think so. Not for me. Again, this cloth set kind of purples work. I still want the lion, though, because I like it so much. And I certainly prefer it to the silly wing. Where is that silly wing? I never got the purple version of the wing. They're just too floppy. I'm still in utter bewilderment that we managed to get the underpin down, to be perfectly honest. So soon as well. I'm overjoyed. Helmet. I tend not to helmet. Bird. It's like last month's transmog one. It is voidy. But one, do I have a purple scarf or something? Murloc hoodie. I love that there's a teeth and no teeth option. That's so dumb. I want a bit of helm showing. I want a bit of face showing, rather. Oh, finally a use for that helmet. It's just a little too extra for me. It's a little too spiky on top of everything else. It's a nice helmet, though. The lightning purple's not bad. Just the gold accents don't go with everything else. I should have a scarf somewhere. I have a pink scarf. I'm not wearing the Murloc hood, Elk. You know what? I knew you would. I knew you'd vote for it. But it's not for me. Still keep the chest piece because I like these big metal plates coming over. Oh god, Emelis, you're right. We could spend some time doing black trench coat, but I do have the materials for it. To be fair. No, bigger cape. Too red. Oh, the Sylvanas one. Hey, that works alright. Tabard. I'm not wearing the dead fish either. All of you with your silly transmogs. Maybe I rule of cool too much. Maybe it is time to embrace the silliness. I have so few tabards. For a game with so many, I never went and collected many. Nightfallen's not quite ethereal. The chainmail you can hardly go wrong with. The chainmail always just work. They're solid for transmog. Undermine plating. It's not bad. It just didn't have those giant bolts in it. Probably feel better. It's because I never did the Shadowlands one. I bet there was a broker tabard probably somewhere in there. What happens if I know tabard? Right, that doesn't go at all. I mean, you're not wrong, Elk. You're not wrong. It would be a very worrying paladin to run at someone in a Murloc hoodie. But it's just not my vibe. And how so, Emilis? How is it a silly transmog on your druid? Is it just said onesie? I find it hard to get rid of the Lightbringer one. There we go. Ooh. Slap the void enchant and make it more void. I do like the hammer, but maybe I need to find a more void worthy sword. I mean, that is just a void sword at that point. Oh, you're doubling up on the totem. That's the Tauren only one, isn't it? Like, you can only use those back totems if you're Tauren. They're part of the heritage stuff, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember if the weapon was as well. Very unhappy looking Ashbringer. It's a little much, is that. You've got the void stuff, you've got the back curve, you've got the flames, and then you've got serrated spikes on the front. It's just too extra for my liking. I was a fan of the corrupted one. It was well worth grinding for that. 2 Draenei. It's 2 Draenei, we don't want that. That's also Draenei, but it's also in the more purpley vein we're looking for. I don't have anything void specific. Pole arms, maybe? Well, again, the purpley. Goddamn goblin weapons and the chunky blades. They're so dumb. I love it, but they're so dumb. The Night Elf Spear is not bad. If only the gem was that colour. The Executioner. It's the right colour scheme. It's just such an extra weapon. A little more subtle. A tiny bit. Scythe is not more subtle. Neither are big spinny bits. I don't think I've got many axes. Always like that one. In the same vein, just a slab. Let's go with Shadow Morn. A long farm, but it was worth it. Just I don't have many opportunities to do it. This, I remember. So this is back in the day I had no money in WoW. And I'd got up to about 7k gold. Saw this on the auction house and went, well, I've got to spend all my gold on this. And this was before transmog as well. There was no reason to do so. I had to buy it again later because not all transmog was retroactive. But I am quite fond of it. It's a very unique model. Doesn't quite go. It's a lot more pink than it is purple. I think the mace still wins, to be honest. No, it's too much neck. It's too much neck. Flower. Yep, purple rose. No. Nah, it's gonna have to be a scarf. Just think a darker one, maybe. I'll do. Alright, we're ready for some ethereal goodness. Yeah, that looks pretty good from the back. Not bad at all. I do not believe I can, Emilis. Or rather, I have that stuff turned off until the day I can get some mods in to check stuff for me. Just for safety reasons. Since when can hunters get the... It's the wolf wyvern. Oh, there was one in the Undermine stuff they added to Zandalar. That's a crazy looking hunter, by the way. That's a melee plate hunter. That's a really fun transmog. I like that a lot. They're using some of the Sentinel pieces. Yeah, that's good shit. Killjoys. That's some good shit. I'm not going to pet it, Elg. It's not, you can't just walk up to a hunter and pet their pet. That's very rude. one thing I can do is we can jump over to Hallowfall and grab up those dailies. Might as well. I haven't been doing them every day, to be fair, to get the Flames Insurgents, Flames Radiance, whatever its name was, that rep up. We've still got a few reps of that to go. Where are you? Yeah, that's only at level 5 of 10. Yum. Look way better than on Nork. I don't know, I feel like it worked, but it was very unassuming on the undead. That's why I liked it.
These are earthen resources.
No, Brimp.
We need you.
Every time we fly past here, Brimp must remind us of the earthen resources. Well, and even though the Underpin is now done and conquered, give it how many more weeks? It should say on here, probably. I think it was the 60. It's somewhere around here. Oh yeah, look there. Dastardly Duos. Oh, it's next week. Dastardly Duos begins next week. Horrific Visions is going to be tomorrow's stream, Emilis. It's going to swap over to Orgrimmar, I believe, which again, it'll be the first time for me, having missed it in BFA. And we've got all the upgrades we can this week. So it'll reset. I could just grind the currency just to have more of it, start earning transmog, but I don't think that's going to be very efficient, where we're going to be able to unlock a lot more of it a lot quicker in the weeks ahead. But no, Dastardly Duos coming next week. So for those who don't know, Dastardly Duos is, from what I understand, a pseudo boss rush mode. I'm not going to pet the dog, Elf. The Doge, as you say.
Sacred
Very
flame
silly.
guide your way, friend. When the star shifts, seek shelter.
But essentially, it's
For the Empire.
old dungeon bosses, maybe some raid bosses that you take on, and there are leaderboards. You can do them in terms of like how quickly you get them done. You can get follower NPCs. You can do it solo. You can do it with groups of people, and there's going to be various rewards for it as well. So we'll certainly be giving that a go. That'll take a spot up of the week. Don't know how much gear's going to matter in there. Probably a bit. Probably still worth doing some gearing this week, even if it's just a little bit. But yeah, over the weeks, from what I know, what folks have said from the PTR, they will be adding more and more bosses to that every week that goes by. So that's something else we'll be able to tackle. Again, whether... I don't know how it's going to scale with followers. So whether or not it'll be better doing it solo or solo with the NPCs. Either way, we'll find out. It feels like it's going to be an event that they'll rotate in and out over time. Speaking of the PTR, folks are talking a lot of game about big lore reveals from those new story quests that come with Lorewalker Cho next patch. I have skipped past every thumbnail I've seen, so I don't know the specifics, but people seem to be making a lot of videos about it, so I'm eager to find out when we eventually get to that patch, which assumably will be a few weeks after Duos launches. I don't think they'll wait longer than after that. I think Duos is probably going to continue on past it a bit. Trundle. Look at it, Trundle. That's so silly. I kind of love it. I've not liked the dirigibles before, but this one is so extra, I kind of love it. Right, let's go kill some spiders. Except everybody's already killed all the spiders. I certainly think it was the bonus damage from the helm. That little enchant from the Horrific Visions that pushed us over. Like, that was just an extra bit of DPS. Those stars falling down. Let me see what they say again. Lesser enchant infinite stars. And I know there's a major enchant we can unlock as well. Not that we need it now, but... Whew. Honestly, my body's still coming down from the adrenaline high. These Flame Radiance things, by the way, are an excellent bit of catch-up gear. Rather than having to go all the way through Undermine. As long as you're a little ways into Hallowfall, I assume. Or maybe you can just walk up and do them. But they give a lot of bits of gear. In that Arathi vein. A wonderful white recolor. The more you put in. Off of the druid. It's just a tank druid. You see a lot of kitty druids about. Mind you, there are two bears back to back on different factions. Or bear. Two very different looking bears. It's got pustules coming out of it. It's like something out of Avowed. We just thought, We'll also be back this evening with more Doom the Dark Ages, I should say. Nightmare difficulty is proving a little troublesome, but I am enjoying it a great deal. It is on Game Pass. For those who have it. I know, well, one day we'll return to our Feral Druid. One day. If an elite set demands my attention. Again, this season the elite sets, they're just all purple. Which I'm not the biggest fan of, so I haven't wanted to do the grind. We may start doing some of the Death Knight one. Whether I get it before Season 2, I'm not going to lose sleep over, but we may give it a try. Because that one in particular is very nice. I'll show you in a moment. Let me just clear these out. I remember when this area used to be somewhat scary while questing. Or especially when we were doing world quests as we first hit 80. And now our gear is such that they might as well not be elites. It's quite a nice feeling for someone who hasn't been bothered by the gear game for so many years. To have gotten relatively high up to do the underpin. Maybe I'd be alright in some mythics, but that's never a side of the game that really interests me these days. As curious I am about the mechanics. I just tend to... I hate you, Wed Trap. I hate you. See, Elk, you say old Feral. The modern game is so very different. If you're curious how Feral seems these days, even from my horrendous attempts, there are some streams a patch or so ago. Yeah, full patch ago, so that'll be before Undermine came out. So before the thumbnails changed to goblins, basically. Where the last thing I did that season was get the Feral Druid up in PvP, which required learning a lot, because it's never been my forte. It's always Kynans, if they're still about in the chat. It used to be Rep Paladin, Feral Druid, 2v2ing in the arena, doing his best. So learning that was a lot for me. Especially never having played a stealth class either, but it was a lot of fun in the end, and we got there as well. But that should give you some indication as to how Feral plays, question mark, these days. Mind you, the classic realms and servers are doing very well for themselves. A friend of mine who's not played WoW in a long, long time has just been going at classic and hardcore. Very much. For a lot of folks, it's given life into the game as a way of getting back into it. I've said it before, but classic just doesn't really pique my interest. As complicated as the modern game is, and there is a lot of bloat and button overload, and trying to understand rotations, varies class to class. I think Ret's relatively alright. It's not the simplest, but it's not the hardest either. We're a decent middle ground. It's comfortable, is Ret. It's very comfortable.
It's too far away.
Some of the others, like Outlaw Rogue, every time I went on there to level them up, increasingly so, it was like, gotta keep rolling the bones. And I know to master that rotation, you have to keep on using certain abilities in tune with the buffs you roll of the dice get, and there's so much RNG involved, and it's like, I can't. I just hit the button. Take care, Emilis. Enjoy your day off. See you next time. Beautiful. Get the last set. Down that way. Right, where was that Death Knight set? Death Knight. Yeah, so there's the Gladiator one. Which again, the sets this patch were what I expected to be a load of Goblin themed stuff, which a lot of the Undermine stuff is, like for world quests or leveling through or just the odd bits of gear from Raid. The actual tier sets are beautiful. Exactly, Emilis. Not normal. As I said, the elite sets are very purpley gold. And the Death Knight is probably the most impressive out of all of them. If I go at the Paladin, for example. Yeah, green on the Gladiator. And the elite, shiny purple. Much happier with my glowing grey one. Kind of want to put a shoulder pad back on this, to be fair. Just keep a bit of that, having got it. Again, as a solo player, to get a bit of Mythic tier set, you know, most of it even, is awesome. And every other class kind of follows suit. And because you can get so much without needing to do a lot of group stuff, and because you do the upgrades of your gear, you can get 2 or 3 of the colour variants just by upgrading your gear. So it really helps on that front. Fair enough, Elk. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying the WoW streams at least. No matter what they check. Dangerous words. Although, to be fair, I can't see a world where I wouldn't just love playing Rep Paladin. I do remember the days before. Like, that's another reason I don't want to go play Vanilla, because I remember the spec in Vanilla was put your seal on, cast Judgment, cast Hammer, kind of like we do now, but nothing in between. I remember it being really dull in terms of button presses. And then when Wrath came along and they introduced Divine Storm for the first time, being like, holy shit, and it blew my mind. Absolutely adored it.
It's too far away.
And to be fair, that's not the only reason I'm kind of about Classic. I just... so much of it is, like, a lot of folks say, oh, it's a more skillful game, which I don't necessarily agree with. I can't speak to raiding. It's a game that requires a lot more time commitment. That doesn't necessarily make things more challenging. And it's exactly the same with retail WoW. A lot of the toughest stuff requires time commitment. And raid mechanics are all over the place, and kind of, as part of the big discussion going on from the devs and the community is at the moment, is the place of mods and getting in the way of making raids in the way they want to, because a mod starts solving mechanics. And they're wanting to cut back on those mods specifically. So that players have to communicate again on what is now considered sorted by mods. Because it's limiting their game design. It's limiting what challenges they can put in front of players. And I assume that trickles down into dungeon mechanics and the Delve final boss as well. It won't be something they do at the earliest midnight, and they've got a long way to go. They want to add a lot more to the base UI first. They want to make sure it's up to snuff, so that they can start slowly peeling away the layers of add-ons that have become necessities. One that was really cool, they said for PvP, we want to remove your ability to see what cooldowns your opponents have pressed, which is someone who did all that arena work clearly against people who were using a load of add-ons, is wonderful for me, because it's suddenly going to even the playing field. think that's fair, Elk. If you've got a boatload of new content to get through, I will say it's really difficult, even as a returning player, to go and enjoy an expansion's content whilst leveling through to the first time. Because you level so quickly, and when you start hitting the point of getting to Dragonflight, it teleports you out of that content and to your city. It just teleports you away, so you can't really finish a quest line. Don't get me wrong, I think Dragonflight is an excellent expansion, and I think War Within is taking the story with a renewed focus that I really enjoyed. Genuinely really enjoyed, and I'm really excited to see where we keep going into Midnight. But for a new player, it's going to be, even as I say, a returning player, it'll be a little difficult to get through the other stuff. But we do have Legion Remix coming, to be fair. End of the year, after Player Housing. Player Housing is going to be another one of those where, whether you've played WoW or not, whether you've played WoW years ago, or have never even touched it, it's one of those features that's going to get people involved. Especially the more and more we learn about it. There was a summit a few weeks ago with a load of content creators, both WoW content creators and those who didn't, going through some of Blizzard's ideas and thoughts and giving them a hands-on at making their own homes and rooms. They've still got a lot to get done, but honestly, it's going to be the biggest game changer ever for the game, and it's going to give a lot of that old content a new lease on life, because they've said if you want to go back and get all these assets, like, you know, even if I just fly down here, what have we got here? Stool, fireplace, opened crates, banner, tents, torch, right? Every asset like this from every expansion is now an object that they can consider for player housing. And while in the older annals of the game, none of that content was necessary, like they said during some of those interviews, or we had to go back and add like an underneath to something because it was never meant to be viewed at that angle. Like stuff like that, which is, just in game design terms, absolutely fascinating. There's a load of that kind of thing they've got to do. A load of work in that regard. But to get the stuff from those old expansions, you have to go and get the crafting materials from those old expansions. We'll have to go do some mining in Northrend, for example.
Even though the core way is usable again.
If we want some fancy Northrend stuff. And my bank does have a series of, like, bits of old material in there. It's messy as hell, to be fair. It's really messy, but part of the reason I haven't cleaned it out is because this was expected.
I have calibrated my
Where are we?
prices to
Yep.
be reasonable.
There's Pandaria stuff in there. There's Ice Crown stuff in there. That's Dragon Isles. There's a good chunk of Dragon Isles stuff. And that's lot saying other bank, which is the same. I don't know why I've got so much cooking material. Shadowlands ore. Random stuff from Mechagot. Books. We're meant to be able to put books in our player house. One of them was readable for people testing. Most of it wasn't. Got my old legendaries in here as well that I just couldn't bring myself to remove, pardon me. Probably should, though. Like, a lot of this I can get rid of. Probably. I just liked having a lot of it. Mechagon stuff. I never went and did Mechagon. I kind of skirted the main quest and didn't play it at the time, so there's loads of stuff in that bit. I won't need all those Crucible stuff. Like, I do need to have a proper clean of this. Especially if we're going to need to go back and get a load of old materials from old expansions. Why do I have a box of rocks? I don't know. Oh, it was the vault things. That was a Dragonflight patch where I did really enjoy Dragonflight, but the 0.1 patch I didn't play much of. I came back to it later. And just had so many vaults to open and didn't understand how it worked. It was like, I confused. I overwhelmed. It's more Dragonflight stuff. Yeah, I need to just do a big old clean of it. A lot of this I'd be able to get again. It's just because there is no library in the game yet, I keep all the books I find these days. So I've got shit from all over the place. Alright, let me ignore all that for a moment and actually do what I came here to do and bob stuff in the war bank. Still, I pressed the wrong button and beefed myself. How did that go in there? Don't know why I have a goldfish either. Doesn't do it very neatly. I wish it followed how I had things set up. Okay. Still got all these Shadowlands Tragmogs that I don't know how I'm ever going to get those sorted. I'd need to hope that... I assume they've fixed Shadowlands in terms of going back on an alt these days. That's another one where it's hard to go through. Oh, jewel crafting recipe. Get in there. Okay, I think that's everything. It was this, adding a new chat tab to fit a load of new stuff in. That's 4 times as much gold as I currently have. I'd have to really start working the auction house. I know you're meant to be able to make a lot of money off the Beladar's bounty because they sell really quickly. Can I make that yet? I can't. So in theory, I could just buy it, because I can buy the dust and the peppers. It would just be the steak, but I haven't been farming a lot lately. How much portion steak can I make? 127. It's not loads. I'm just definitely curious. How much would it be on the auction house were I to use this as an avenue? 13 gold apiece. You'd have to make a lot of them for that to truly, truly make you a load of money. Alright, let's nip by Garib and Tarib and sell all my junk. Oh, I deposited all my... Black Trenchcoat Farm we talked about earlier. I deposited all my shite in here. Yep, there you are. Knew there'd be somewhere. Give me my shit back, game. All that wax. Oh no. Farmed that ages ago. Haven't gone back to the kobolds in quite some time. At some point the bank need to clean out, but it's not this day. That's what I get for hitting a button by mistake. Ooh, it's a funky looking goblin mount. Look at that chair. He's naked in that chair. Very comfy though. Here, Tarib, what were you asking for this past week? Bit of ore. I can give you a bit of ore.
May the Titans carve your path.
I haven't done any profession stuff this patch. To be fair. Still loads of it there. This stuff just takes so long to unlock.
I have an extended supply.
I'm very curious how they'll handle all the housing crafting stuff. So if I have to go through and unlock specific ones like that before I can make, let's say, I don't know, an armor rack, do I have to specialize into Northrend crafting? Like, what's the flow of that going to be? I did change my mind. I do want a lion back. Because we've earned it. Transmogrifier is just taking issue at the moment. What are we lagging for, you robbing bastard? You're going to take all my gold. At least you could do's work. Not lost internet on my end, have I? No, we seem alright. Yeah, buttons are working immediately. He's just... we good now? There we go. There. We keep the mythic lion. It's kind of eating the side of the mace. That's alright. Oh, dearie me. Well, overjoyed to have gotten the underpin down. Again, didn't expect it to be the first run of the day, neither. Get ourselves set up for tomorrow and the horrific visions we'll be doing. Head on over to Sorodormi. There we are. Again, shouldn't be able to do any more of these this week.
The Isles welcome.
Yeah, you can't do any more. We got our enchant. So this will be our next port of call.
Take all the time you need.
Like this bronze backpack. It's very fancy and I like it a lot. There's a fair few mounts as well. We've got Tiny Dragon Pet. We've got this recolor of a store mount. It's like a voidy version, which I think is pretty good. Especially to bring a store mount and just have a recolor of it in game. I think a lot of folks will be happy with that. Old gaudy bugs, not for me. Let's say more transmog, back pieces, recolors of the old tier sets from around the Azeroth time. In their mythic variants as well, so they have some more fancy effects going on. These very dour and green tentacles, but I don't know if this is content that's going to disappear, or if Sorodormi is going to be sat here forever with it. Maybe it says so. Hang on, let's have a look. Horrific Visions Revisited there. Is it going to say when it ends? Obviously, we've got Dastardly Duo starting next week. Ends on the 15th. The Midsummer Festival starts on the 3rd as well. It's meant to be a new bit of transmog set there as well. Doesn't say anything about it ending yet. I'd like to know. Because then I know if I have to do multiple times a week just to make sure we get all the rewards we're after. Duos doesn't last that. That's the 3rd of June to the 15th of July. It's over a month. Then Trial of Style comes back. My god, lasts a week. I wish Trial of Style stuck around longer. I love it. What is Luminous Luminaries? It's Delving in Vashtir? Has that been around before? Research creatures of the deep before they disappear? What the fuck is this? Wild. Well, I can't see anything that says it's going to end, but I'll do a bit of Googling. At some point around this July period should be Season 2. And therefore our next set of Delve bosses, new zone, assumably a load of ethereal stuff. We'll have to wait and see. For today though, with our objective done and clear, I think with that, I'll say thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed yourselves, don't forget to hit that like button. That helps push the video through the algorithm so more folks can come hang out and play some games with us. Subscribe for more content here on the channel. We're on the weekdays between 9 AM GMT with World of Warcraft, and between 4 and 6 in the evening we start up with other games. Currently, of course, Doom the Dark Ages. Enjoying that a lot. And you can find playlists to all the other stuff we've already covered right here on the channel to binge to your heart's content. So until next time, folks, thank you to all who've joined me live. I appreciate it very much and lovely to see you. But otherwise, much love, take care, and bye-bye.
Cover for me. I got a whiz behind the tree. Till we meet again.